Hello again, everybody. So, as you can tell by the title, there's some new toy-related news that we got to talk about, and that is the fact that there is a new Bloodshot figure, comic book-based style figure from FigZero S. It is a 1/12 scale figure, and it looks great. Let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures that I've got of it here. So, the figure looks awesome. There are a couple things about it. I've heard complaints. I've heard that like the crotch area looks a little weird, and I've heard that the ab crunch, where the upper torso meets the abdomen, it looks a little off. Uh, those are not complaints that I noticed right away when looking at the figure. It wasn't until I like read some of the comments. Excuse me. It wasn't until I read some of the comments and stuff on like Reddit and whatnot that pointed it out, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. Now, even with that being said and those few gripes, I think this thing looks fantastic. It's up for pre-order right now. You can pre-order it on Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store, and it's great. I'm really glad that they're making this. However, the company is called 30 or FigZero S. It's a great looking figure. I'm glad that it's being made, but we got to talk about one of the reasons that I'm very skeptical about pre-ordering it, and that is I don't want just a Bloodshot figure. I want I want a line of Valiant Comics character figures. I got into Valiant Comics going on a year ago, getting pretty close. And I read a good amount of shit. I read all this it's basically from like their big reboot in 2012. I started there. I read the first 3 volumes, 3 trade paperbacks of Exo Manowar. Let's see here. I read first of Archer and Armstrong. I read Shadow Man, and then I read everything that is included in the Harbinger Wars, the very first Valiant Comics crossover after their reboot in 2012. And I loved every single thing I read. Even Archer and Armstrong, which I was very like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't know if this is for me. I loved it. I have slowed down on reading Valiant Comics. I've been reading a lot of other stuff. I've been reading Wheel of Time. I was trying to read The Sandman and read as much of that as I can before the Netflix show came out. I really didn't get very far. I've been reading Hellboy. So I've definitely slowed down on reading Valiant Comics. And another thing that always bummed me out about Valiant Comics ever since I found it was, if you guys have been paying attention to my channel, you know that I like to collect shit. I like to collect toys and little statues and collectibles and merchandise. Specifically, I like figures, like articulated action figure type things. And there is none of that for Valiant Comics. There just isn't. And it kind of sucks. There was a movie figure of Bloodshot released by McFarlane Toys alongside the Bloodshot movie starring Vin Diesel, and that movie was meant to launch the Valiant cinematic universe. And the movie was not great. However, had COVID not been happening, and had the movie been able to release in theaters, I think it would have made enough money for them to move forward with the next film project and to learn from their mistakes and keep going. But since it was a mediocre at best film, and then on top of that, it was released direct to streaming rental, during COVID, that just killed it. It absolutely killed it, and the hopes were gone. Now, that didn't really bother me too much. Well, it did bother me because I think a Valiant cinematic universe would be cool, but in terms of the toys and stuff like that, it didn't bother me too much because I don't want movie versions of the toys, of the characters. I want comic book versions of the characters. And the closest thing we'd ever gotten, if we take a look back here at this figure again, so real quick, let's go over more of the figure, and then we'll get into some of that other stuff. So figure looks great. As you can see, this is not 2 different versions of the figure. The figure is going to come with all the weapons, and he's going to come with this like cloth shirt made out of a stretchy fabric that you can display him shirtless, because he is shirtless a lot. He's one of those characters where like if you don't know much about Bloodshot, he has microscopic nanobots, microscopic robots, billions of them, billions upon billions of them flowing through his bloodstream. And anytime he gets shot, a bone gets broken, gets injured, these nanobots rush to the area of the injury and they repair it. So he is super hard to kill. He's kind of like Wolverine meets the Punisher meets RoboCop. It's awesome. Another thing is like if he needs to like punch like a brick wall, the nanobots will all move to the knuckles in his fist. They'll all move to his hand to kind of reinforce his hand so that he can punch through a brick wall. That's kind of like his meta-human power and ability. So that being said, he doesn't really need to wear body armor. He can just take the hits and recover. So sometimes he does straight up just go shirtless a lot, but it comes with the shirt if you want to display him with the shirt. Overall, everything, you're going to get the figure, you're going to get the removable shirt, the katana, because he does use a katana sometimes. Yeah, the sheath scabbard for the katana, 3 pairs of hands, no, 4 if you including the fists, and then you're going to get a AR, looks like an AR platform assault rifle, a submachine gun, and a pistol for him to wield. And then you're also going to get these straps, and those are to go like across his back over his shoulders, and that's where you kind of like attach the scabbard and the katana into. So this looks like a great figure, and I love the scale. I love that it's 1/12 scale. It's gonna fit. It would fit right in with same. You're basically talking like Marvel Legends and some of those like Mezco 1/12 scale figures. I think he's gonna fit better with Marvel Legends just because he is primarily made out of plastic. The only cloth material part is that shirt, and then he does use pinless. It's not the same pinless technology as Marvel Legends have been using, but he does feature pinless technology. Like in the joints here on the elbows and whatnot, you cannot see where it's pinned. But he looks like he's going to have all the articulation, like universal shoulders, butterfly joints, ab crunch, waist swivel, hip and thighs, knees, double jointed knees, everything. It looks like he's going to have it all. So he's going to be very poseable. He comes with plenty of accessories. This looks like a great figure. The closest thing we've ever gotten to something like this before, though, was the Bloodshot figure from TB League. This was more of a doll, like an old school G.I. Joe. He was bigger, he was not 1/12 scale. I can't remember exactly what scale he was, but he was definitely bigger. But still, he came with a base stand, a fire hydrant, came with alternate hands, weapons, everything, and he looked good. I don't normally collect stuff like this. I don't normally collect large dolls with, real material clothing and shit like that. But since this was the only thing available for Valiant Comics characters, I was considering it. And then I saw this, that the same company, TB League, they were going to make a Ninjak. This is another Valiant Comics character. And once I saw this, I was like, fuck it, I'm in. I really don't like to collect dolls, but this is all there is for Valiant Comics characters, so I'm in. Turns out, though, this guy never even made it to release. This guy came out, he didn't sell enough, he did poorly in sales, and they canceled this guy. And that sucked, because there went our hopes of a line to get all the characters. And that's really what we want. We want a lot of the characters. And that's what has me a little skeptical about pre-ordering this new Bloodshot figure. Because I don't want just a Bloodshot figure. It would really, really help out FigZero S, 3-0, whatever the fuck they're called. I've never heard of this company. But both of those names and logos are on the promo pics for the figure. 3-0 S, FigZero S, 3-0 FigZero S. It would really, really help them out if they would make it very clear up front to people that this is the first in a entire toy line for Valiant Comics characters. Like, it would be very helpful to them if their plan is in fact to do more characters besides Bloodshot. It would be very helpful to them to make that abundantly fucking clear to everyone. But they're being kind of vague. I have found a few statements online that say this is the first in a new line, but I'm looking back at the TB League thing and I'm like, that was kind of supposed to be a line too, and it didn't work out. So what are you guys doing? How definitive is this? Is it a line now, but if Bloodshot doesn't sell enough, is the line going to get canceled? Because I don't need just a single 1/12 scale Bloodshot figure. That he's not going to go, I'm not going to put him on my DC shelf. I'm not going to put him on my Marvel shelf. Where the fuck's he going to go? So I'm kind of on the fence about pre-ordering this guy. In the end, I think I'm going to do it because I think that the best way to convince this company to make more characters and turn this into a big, just overall Valiant Comics characters line is to give them my money. The money shows that you support it. So I'm leaning towards pre-ordering it. Have not done it yet. I'm just a little skeptical. I would love it. And the thing is, like, what has me the most worried is if their plan really was to make an entire line of Valiant Comics characters, figures, and Bloodshot's just the first of them, I feel like that would be explicitly said. I feel like that would be 100% made clear already. And the fact that it's not 100% crystal fucking clear already, that's what has me concerned. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's my 2 cents on the matter. I am leaning towards pre-ordering it, but I don't know if I will. It does look like a very, very nice figure, though, overall. And, yeah, it looks great. I think I will pre-order it, but I just really wish they would confirm if we're going to get more characters. So yeah, that's that. Let me know what you guys think about this Bloodshot figure. Leave some comments down below, get a discussion started. If anyone has any amplifying information on this and whether or not it is going to be a larger line of Valiant Comics character figures, please let me know in the comments. Any information will be appreciated. If you like this video, please hit the like button. That really helps out my channel. If you want to help out my channel even more, check out some of my other videos and subscribe. Other than that, I'll talk to you all later.